know that there are a lot of indigenous groups in the Philippines? Yes, and today we are going to tackle about the different cultures, traditions, and beliefs of the different ethnic groups in the Philippines. Are you ready?
For the indigenous people, their language are very important because they carry traditions, stories, and identity. But many are disappearing, so preserving them is necessary. In terms of their governance, they follow traditional councils and chieftains. Elders guide decisions, and the focus is on the unity and a common good. For traditional knowledge, they know sustainable farming and resource management, passed down for generations. This helps conserve the environment. Spiritual beliefs, they use nature as sacred. Mountains, rivers, and forests are connected to spirits, and rituals give harmony between people and the environment. For their economy, mostly farming, hunting, and handicrafts. Their practices value sharing and sustainability, and in arts, they have weaving, pottery, music, dance, and storytelling are always to express culture and identity. Stories and songs are one of their oral traditions that keep their history and values alive across generations. And to protect the indigenous people, we have the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act that protects them. But issues like land loss and marginalization remain. Still, they stay resilient in defending their culture and environment. In conclusion, indigenous people preserve language, culture, and knowledge that are important not only for them, but for our whole nation.
So here in the Philippines, there are different indigenous groups, and one of them is Igorot. Igorot is a people who live in a mountain. So here in Cordillera region, there are several distinct ethno-linguistic groups, including Buntok, Ifugao, Kankanaey, and Ibaloy. These groups share common cultural features such as land ownership. So in Cordillera, it is not just sharing their cultures and beliefs, but also they share land. Like, for example, is rice terraces. That is an example of their livelihood here in Cordillera region. Kalinga is one of the indigenous or ethnic group found in the mountain regions of northern Luzon, particularly in Kalinga province. They are known for extensive rice farming and other agricultural practices. Kalinga culture is rich with traditions including intricate tattoos known as batuk. So for example is Apawang Od. She is one of the example of artist in Kalinga region. And unique weaving and complex social system like Bodong peace pact system. The term Kalinga itself comes from the local and word meaning enemy or fighter. So we all know that Igorot is fighter when it comes to their enemy. So they are known for that. Kalinga or enemy or fighter. So they fight for their enemies. Ngano gitawag ba na siya Kalinga? So Kalinga were known for being fierce warriors, engaging in tribal wars and head hunting. So mean the practice. So ang pasabot sa head hunting is the practice among some people collecting the heads of dead enemies as their trophies. So gigamit nila ang giputol nila ang kanang ulo sa ilang mga kontra as one of their trophies. So that is the way how Kalinga indigenous group. Next indigenous group in Cordillera region is Apayao. Was established as a separate province in 1995, but it was originally part of the province of Abra. So in Apayao, there is an Isnag people, and they are the main indigenous group of Apayao, and they are known for their resourcefulness reflected in their farming rituals and craftsmanship. So example aning craftsmanship nila is weaving and basketry. The name Apayao itself is derived from the Isnag word river. It is a connection to the nature. So the Isnag have a deep respect for the environment and maintain animistic beliefs centered in nature and ancestor worship. So Isnag people, the Apayao name itself is named from the nature. So nakakonect na siya, connection na siya sa nature. Na siya gipanganlan sila og Apayao. So naay laing term na ang pakuan anong gitawag na siya og Apayao. But it is based on nature term. More on kuan man sila, naka-center man sila sa nature. Next indigenous group in Cordillera region is Benguet. It is a landlocked province in the Cordillera. So landlocked means doesn't have any direct access to ocean, and administrative region of the Philippines, known for its cool climate, mountainous terrain, and rich natural resources. So the history of Benguet is the Spanish attempted to conquer or to control the mountainous region of Benguet to control its rich gold mines, but the Igorot people's fierce resistance prevented complete subjugation. So wala nila na control ang Benguet because grabe jud kaisog ang mga Igorot. And the way of agriculture nila is the province produces large quantities of highlands vegetable, like for example carrots, potatoes, and repolyo. And the way mining nila is they are rich in gold, copper, and silver. And also the tourism is they have a cool weather and scenic mountainous views. And the second highest peak in the Philippines is Mount Pulag that is found in Benguet. So let's move on to Cagayan Valley. So in Cagayan Valley, there are three indigenous groups, which is Ibanag, Itawi, and Gadag. So Ibanag is an indigenous ethno-linguistic group in the Philippines, Cagayan Valley. The term Ibanag translates to people of the river, reflecting their ancestral lands along Cagayan River. So the way of living in Cagayan Valley or the Ibanag indigenous group is fishing, especially they live along the river. And Ibanag people are known for being taller than other Filipino groups. So that is some factual information about the Ibanag indigenous groups. Next indigenous groups in Cagayan Valley is Itawi, also known as Itawit or Itawis, meaning Itawid. So they are known for like they live in river and people across river. Like ang pasabutan na ang Itawi is people across river. So naara jud kilid sa river ang lahang group or isa silang muyo. And the way of livelihood nila dito is fishing, pottery, and craftsmanship. And lastly is Gadag. They are differentiated into lowland, Christianized communities and highland communities who fled to the mountains that escaped Spanish rule. So that is an history of Gadag. And you can also read the description here so that you can understand the history of those indigenous groups in the Philippines.
Now let's talk about the indigenous group of people in Southern Tagalog region. So when we say Southern Tagalog region, we are talking about the big part of Southern Luzon, which are also called the Calabarzon and Memaropa. So let's begin in the Batak people. So who are the Batak people? The Batak people are one of the oldest indigenous groups here in the Philippines. They are closely related to Negrito groups like Aita because of their features that includes curly hair and darker skin. But an important note, in Indonesia, Batak refers to an instrument. But here in the Philippines, Batak means the people of mountains. So they live in the mountains, of course, they depend their food on it. They hunt wild animals and collect fruits and vegetables in the forest. Batak people are animists, means they believe in the spirit of trees, rivers, and mountains. They are also a shaman who performs rituals to keep harmony with the spirit world. So next are the Tagbanwa. So Tagbanwa is one of the earliest ethnic groups with roots of Neolithic age. So the Tagbanwa is the earliest inhabitants here in the Philippines, origin of the Neolithic age. So this means that they have an ancient traditions that survive over time. So Austronesian origin deeply tied to land and sea. So kaning mga Tagbanwa is came from the Austronesian family. So Austronesian, the people who migrated here in the Philippines 1,000 years ago. So diri sa Austronesian, diri naka-learn ng mga Tagbanwa how to do farming and fishing.